this month and all year long, the NFL celebrates pride in the incredible contributions of the LGBTQ plus community around the world. So today, here at Good Morning Football and across the NFL League family, we are wearing our Rainbow Pride t-shirts to honor LGBTQ plus inclusion and the pursuit to build a world where everyone can be their true, unapologetic selves every single day. Kyle, I'm sorry to leave you out of this. You know, overnight shipping to Sydney was a little bit tricky for us, but we know that you are a proud ally and you are here to celebrate Pride just like the rest of us. Okay, these NFL Pride shirts, y'all, can we just take a second? So cool. Go to NFL.com/pride if you want to check out more. But let's get to it, y'all. It's time to get into some football. Time for the lead block. Y'all ready for this?
Lead block.
Lead block. All right, let's do it. Now, if it is the 2021 offseason, that means we're probably talking about that guy right there running on the field, none other than Aaron Rodgers. And over this weekend, so was other quarterback Alex Smith. In an interview with US Today Sports, Smith said this of the drama between Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. He said, I think he's due a certain level of communication and a certain level of respect beyond the average player. And I don't think that's asking a whole lot just to communicate. Clearly, that didn't happen over the last couple of years. Now, we've been following this saga up in Green Bay for months now. So the big question is, how can the Packers repair their relationship with their star quarterback, Aaron Rodgers? Kyle, what are your thoughts?
Lay out a very specific plan. I think this is a marriage, and I think sometimes in real actual marriages, you just float through life. Where are we going to live? Where are we going to raise our kids? Are we going to have kids? How many kids? We got to talk about this stuff. We got to have a plan. I think in this marriage, they were just floating. And I think of all the things we've seen from Rodgers over the past 7-8 months, I still think the most compelling was after he lost to the Bucs in that title game. And he said immediately afterwards, you know, there's going to be some people around here whose futures are uncertain, including mine. I don't think he knows. I don't think there was ever any inclusion whatsoever with the Jordan Love thing. And there's other things too, but he didn't know they were going to draft him. He doesn't know, he meant that after this season, they might have gotten rid of him. I think you got to sit down with him and say, here is what we are thinking with Jordan Love. Here's what we are not thinking. Here's what we're thinking about this draft. Here's what we're not thinking. And maybe they just don't do business that way. Maybe they don't kiss the ring of their star player. Maybe they don't kiss other parts of their star player. But maybe they should. To Alex Smith's point, I agree completely. You don't have to have him sign off on everything. Why don't you include him? Because I think Rodgers' point more than anything is, what if I don't play as great this year? What if I just am pretty good? Do I just get whacked? And I get blindsided? I have too much equity with this company and this league for that. What is the plan for my future? And who makes that decision? Because if it's that GM right now, I don't want him making that decision. So I think you got to have a very specific vision. Sit down, year 1, year 2, year 3 moving forward. Short of that, he feels like he's walking into an ambush and there's no trust. I think that's the only solution.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been a forbidden rule for quarterbacks to hold out just because, you know, they need the reps and all the different things. And to see Aaron take it this far, it seems like there's a big disconnect. And let me say this. This is a players' league, and some people forget that. Some people in the front office forget it. Some coaches forget it. But you have to remember, only the guys that cross those lines can win and lose games, and that's what we're in the business of, are winning championships. And so if you're the front office for the Green Bay Packers, you need to figure this thing out. It is very simple to figure out. If it's communication, communicate with him. He has the right. He's earned the right. And I've heard this, and I've had this argument with some of our front office people here at the network. Sometimes it's bigger than you. It is. Like, your job is to manage personalities and expectations as a GM. Your job isn't to sit here and make people upset and think, you know, like, this is a family situation. And when you have issues, you need to talk it out as a family. And right now it seems like it's more of a dictatorship and not just not people talking at the end of the day. And so, Aaron, I understand where you're coming from. Why not? When I was in Jacksonville, our GM a couple of times came to me like, hey, well, look, we're trying to bring this guy in. Do you know anything about him? What do you like about him? Or, hey, we're thinking about letting this guy go. How would the team react about it? He's the leader of that locker room. He's the one that makes that thing go. It's a chemistry type of deal. And if Aaron Rodgers isn't able to make those type of decisions or help you make those decisions, I don't expect the Packers to be good if he's not there.
And listen, if you're intent on fixing the relationship, right? Because you could If you're the Packers, you can keep going the way you're going. But you better be ready for whatever comes with that as far as Aaron Rodgers' reaction to it. But let's assume, for the sake of this discussion, that they do want to fix it. They want to say to him, hey, what do we need to do to make this happen? Well, communication is great, but there's going to have to be some action with that as well for him to believe that communication. I mean, that's what Alex Smith is really talking about in that interview. So Rodgers is looking around and saying, well, you haven't used your resources to really put guys around me that can help me succeed. Okay, great. Well, Zach Ertz is out there. That's another guy with Northern California ties that I know Aaron Rodgers has been in communication with, and that we know the Eagles are looking to unload. Well, my understanding is when the Eagles visited that with the Packers early on in the process this spring, the Packers said, no thanks, we're not interested. Well, I know Rodgers would like to have Ertz, so you know what? Make the trade. Give up a day 3 draft pick that's probably going to result in a guy that's, on the back end of your roster or maybe a practice squad guy, or maybe he never even pans out for a sure thing in Zach Ertz that I know that Rodgers would like. There's also free agent wide receivers out there. Golden Tate's out there. Alshon Jeffrey's out there. Danny Amendola's out there. Kenny Stills is out there. Now, look, those are all different guys, and I'm not going to sit here and say who's going to work best in the Packers scheme. But I'll tell you what, Aaron Rodgers would, and I'm sure he knows which of those guys that he'd like to have. So there's still a chance to have an impact on this upcoming season and to get Rodgers to say, oh, you know what? They are listening to me, and they do want me to succeed here in Green Bay.
This is interesting. Obviously, I never played for an NFL team, though I probably could and kick some butt. But it's interesting to see how quickly this has become so divisive for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Now, I'll be quick on this one. We are just under a month away from training camp. That starts on July 27th. Mike, I'm going to go back to you on this one. Will Aaron Rodgers be there?
Can we get that graphic back, that lower third that talked about how much money he's going to lose if he holds out in 2021? Let's just put that one back up there. I think that'll probably be my answer. Now, look, is he there to start training camp? Does he maybe hold out for a couple of days to send a message? Because frankly, with this new CBA, teams are required to fine guys, and they can't forgive those fines later on. So I understand that Aaron Rodgers has a lot of money and will make a lot of money in the future beyond football, but man, look at that number right there. Woo.
I don't think he's going to be there, guys. I think there's a pride involved on both sides. I think there's a stubbornness on both sides. And I think there are some relationships that have decayed to the point of pure toxicity, where it's not a matter of, I don't like you. I think it's more, I have no respect for you. That's really tough to get over. I hope they do, but I don't expect that they will.
Yeah, this isn't something that just happened last year. This thing has been brewing for like 5, 6, 7 years probably for him. And when you get to that breaking point or that boiling point, it's kind of like, look, I can just retire. I'll give you whatever you need to get back, and I'll live in Hawaii. I mean, that's what he's been doing to this point. So, I know it seems like a lot of money, that $35 million, but when you've made a lot more than that, and you can still make more after, it is what it is.
So no definitive answers here. The saga with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers continue. Now moving on.